Hello again. Right, second attempt this is. I'm going to show you today my setup for the new year in my book form. So I'll get back into it. Hope that nothing puts me off like it did before. But here we go. So joining us today is Bobby. She's my sidekick at the moment. So she's there, and I think we'll start off with my planner because that's the thing that is always on my desk and the thing that I stick with the most. So this is obviously my planner that I have for sale in my Etsy shop as a download, or it goes out to my patrons every month, each month in advance, so that you can plan away. So you can print it out A4 or A5. Either way, it works lovely. So I got myself one of these clear files that's got 4 rings in it because I did make myself a handmade cover, and it hang on one second. Oh, look, cat. Yeah, the handmade cover was it was getting a little bit full, to be honest with you, and when I was trying to take things in and out, it was a little bit of a rigmarole. So I went and got myself one of these. It was in sale, bless it. So printed out one of the covers for the front so that it looks nice. So inside, this is how I've set it up. I laminated the first cover sheet so that it would last a little bit longer, because that's the one that gets the most wear. And then I've got all my bookmarks inside for each month, which I do move about, but I'll tell you about that in a minute. And then inside the front cover is my sort of yearly stuff, the important stuff for the year that I'm working with. So first of all is my quest. This was a tarot spread that I did last year. I think it's by I think the lady's name's Beth. She's German and she's called Kitchen Witchery, but I will put a link to her channel because she's amazing, and this particular tarot spread just worked so well for me last year. I thought I would do it again, and I want to be able to revert back to it, so I've put a little tab on it so that I can find it whenever I need it. So that's what I put in straight away, because this is my flavour for the year, and reminders of my quest, the support I have, the monsters I might face, and the discoveries I'll make. And then I've been doing the Leonie Dawson's workbook, her Life Goals workbook. I always work quite quickly through it. I don't mess about, I just get stuck in and I work quickly through it, which provides good insight, because instead of like trying to put the right words in, I just put whatever comes straight out, so it's like fluid. And within that you come up with your mottos, your permission slips, your habits you want to create, and the things you want to stop doing, that sort of thing. So I did a page with just reminders of what I'd done in that workbook, and also I've put in the top 10 things I want to do in my life, my goals, and my 100 things to do list, so that I can add to it, and I can also tick it off, hopefully. so they're in there at the beginning as well, and also this, which is fab. So I went on, I think her name's Candy, Soul and Soil on YouTube, but I'm sorry if I've got that wrong, darling, but I will put a link below. She did, using her word of the year, did this wheel mind map. So putting your word in the middle, and then all the different elements of your life and ways that you can, things that you can do and that are in tune with your word of the year. it was beautiful. So I'll put a link in, go ahead and watch that. It's well worth it. And this is something that I want to obviously add to. So I added a bit of colour as well because I wanted it to look pretty. And so that's in there as well. So that's an important little thing. And the Leonie bits and bobs. Then I've got a laminated sheet, you know, with nothing in it, and added a tab for my Sarah Jane Art Magic things. So I put in my tracker for each month the things that I'm doing, so I can see what I've put on Patreon, what I've put on Etsy, on the website, and things like that. I'm doing a new blog at the moment in diary format, a digital diary, which I absolutely love keeping. So that is becoming a good habit that I'm doing. So I'm keeping track of things on there, and this is usually sort of more to do with my website and my business and my creativity, that sort of thing. So I keep that there, and then I've got some notes pages afterwards. This is one of my brain dump pages. I use that for Etsy to see how I want that to move forward this year. So that's that with some notes on. So again, with having the tab, I can go quickly to that section in my planner. Then I've got my year planner thing here ready to do a tarot reading for the whole entire year. I haven't done it yet because it didn't feel like the right time. So I think I'm going to do it on Thursday when it's the new moon, along with my little tarot sheet that I haven't printed out yet, actually. I have to do that. Anyway, so that's what I'm going to do this week. Hopefully, if it feels the right time. So then we come to the months. So all the months are all colour coordinated and with the bookmarks all the way through, like they're all different colours. And I specifically did the colours this way to be like a rainbow. So the colours do flow in a rainbow fashion. You might notice that, you might not, I don't know. Anyway, so January is my numerology number 6. And which means I want to focus on family, love, home, relationships and wealth here. I'm learning a little bit about numerology, but it is quite an in-depth thing to learn, but I'm doing it bit by bit. But on this cover page, usually on the month, I'll write down do a bit of journaling, like my hopes for the month and things I want to focus on. So there's usually a bit more writing than that, but I haven't got round to that just yet. Then we have the whole month set out here, which I put in odd little notes here and there, just when I'm planning it in advance. I usually do that. Good place for birthdays and things like that. And then each week, because there's plenty of room in each of these squares, I write down appointments, tasks, things like that, stuff I need to do. Little affirmations as well, and my numbers for my numerology, things to work on that. But also I'll put each day a little bit about something, the flavour of that day, so that when I'm doing my digital diary, I can revert back and I can say, oh yeah, I did that, or it reminds me of something that I wanted to share with you. So that's what I do there. So this is this week. That's where I keep my bookmark, so I know whereabouts I am. And then, like I say, we've got all the other months behind. And then what I do when a month is complete, I push it to the back. So you see, I have from last September, which is when I started this, when I launched it. I've got all from September onwards. Because I like to sometimes look back. I mean, especially there's some of the tarot readings and things like that, and the check-ins and that sort of thing. And all these pages, by the way, come included in the Patreon membership. So yeah, I give out quite a lot of additional bits and bobs to go with your beautiful planner. So yeah, that's the back of it. So I keep those all in the back, and then I have some little clear pockets where I keep my stickers for my planner and my journals, and then some bigger ones for the bigger stickers. I've got some of the Imolk ones to cut out. I've got some of Bobby's stickers that I'm starting to use, and then I keep a sheet at the back to pop things in that are like important stuff I don't want to forget, or bills and things like that. You know, the boring shit that we have to put in planners. So that's my planner. Then alongside that goes my digital diary that I keep on my iPad, obviously. This is where I create it, which is like this. I do it on GoodNotes 6 with my Apple Pencil. This iPad is an iPad Air. I chose one. Luckily, before all the shit hit the fan, I bought this. So I do look after it like a precious little object. You know, my precious, that sort of thing. And I've taught myself how to do this sort of scrapbooky type art journaling diary on GoodNotes. And I have had people ask me they're interested in how I do it. So one of my goals this year is to create a little course to teach people how to do it like this. So watch this space. When I've done my diary, because me being a paper fiend, I do have to print it out. So I do have a hard copy here. I've got one of these display books, and I print each page out and keep it in here, which is really nice to look through. Sort of a bit nicer to look through than looking at it on the iPad, but I like creating it on the iPad, so there you go. So this is it so far. I've already amassed a few pages. I don't know when I started it. December the 18th, so not that long. I'm looking forward to filling that up, and I do have more of these books because I buy them when they're on offer. So that's my diary there. Then I have a nice little notebook and my beautiful new pen that Kev bought me for Christmas that I do my morning pages in. This is just a lined notebook, and it's obviously private. Morning pages should be, where I can say whatever I like and not feel like somebody's going to read it. So yeah, so I use that for that I do in the morning, and I do sometimes do my own personal little tarot card readings, which I keep in there as well. And I've been using this the new deck that I got for Christmas. Oops, sorry mate, switch you off. Which Kev bought me, which is amazing. It's beautiful, Wildwood Tarot. And these cards are just lovely. I know you'll see me using these cards as I'm learning more about them. Here they are. Oh dear, struggle. So I feel when I'm standing outside school waiting for Polly. That they are really beautiful, quite deep cards. That yeah, I think it's beautiful that he chose them for me. He chose them because he liked the artwork, which makes them sort of extra special. Oh, I like that one. Yeah, so you will see these cards quite a bit. We might go a bit more into depth with those. So there's my cards. And then last but not least, I have my jotter, which is just a lined pad again. I got this one on offer for £1.75. I mean, how good is that? Good old Dunelm. I wanted a new one for the new year, so I basically scribble in this. I put ideas in here, little sketches and things. I use the cheapest biro, and I just yeah, I write everything in here. This is the jotter, okay? This is where the magic starts. So they are my basic everyday books and things that I use. There's also obviously my art journals, grimoire, my glue book, and my learning grimoire, which I'm going to show you the learning grimoire another day, because it's yeah, I think it deserves a separate video, but I just wanted to show you how I plan my day, how I use my books and things in my daily life, and what that looks like for, oh, I know, one more thing, just thought, my little almanac that I bought, which is, I've had these before, one, the seasonal guide to 2024. So in here, you do have little bits of snippets of information, gardening and that sort of thing, and meditations for the specific month. But you also have the moon phases, which I like, which is interesting. Talks about the sky, what you're going to see in the sky and everything. The tides, which, you know, I live right in the middle of the UK. We're nowhere near the sea. So the tides, really, yeah, no. But anyway, it doesn't matter. But we've got some folklore in here, and yeah, interesting dates and that sort of thing. So this I keep on my desk as well for seasonal stuff for each month. So yeah, I'll put another link to that. I'll put a link to everything that I've talked about in this video at the bottom. And I will see you again soon. I hope you've liked having a nosy at my setup, because I like nosying at other people's. So enjoy.